That's what it can feel like when this energy activates this tendency, this urge to look at something or do something that you know is against your, you can say, true nature. It comes with such force sometimes and backed with such power, both emotional and mental. It's like the thought, super powerful, and then teams up with the the emotion or the energy. And that comes as like this double team package, trying to get, I don't want to say spirit, but just for lack of a better word, trying to get your higher self, higher state to engage in that lower dimension of doing things that you know, like there's nothing there for you. There's like nothing there. All it's going to do is make you feel like afterwards, like disappointed or disheartened. Like, why did I do that? Like, I already know I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't look at porn. I shouldn't go beat off, or I shouldn't go to these risque places, nude bars, whatever, trying to get hits of, just being in that stimulating environment, dopamine hits. It's like, I know I shouldn't do, but it's like I'm being pulled. Energy's pulling me. It's like literally pulling me. So I'm saying, if you don't act on that, if you just sit here, then you'll start to feel like you're in the electric chair. That's what it feels like. What's being fried, though, isn't your, you can say, spirit or higher self. What's being fried are these negative habitual patterns and tendencies that we've been acting on for, years, some people decades. That's what's being fried. It's like you're dying. The part of yourself that's not you anyway, you want that part to die. But still, you're going to experience that as a kind of death, which means like you're going to feel like you're being tortured because the consciousness merged with this lower aspect of yourself, because this is life. It's a higher, we have a higher self, more spiritual evolved self, spiritual tendencies. And then you have this lower self that's stuck in like trying to fulfill your senses and pursue sense pleasures and do habits and do things that will give you some cheap euphoria. You see? So those two things, this is life. Life is friction. There's this battle that's going on. Everybody experiences it. Everybody, Jesus and Buddha and Muhammad, everybody has to experience that on some level. This is what we signed up for. I like that book. Some of you Hindus know, the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna's leading that war with Arjuna. And Arjuna and Krishna are on the same side, but they're fighting the pandas or something. That was a really good depiction of the war between. They were both high level, though. I can't say like they were both. See, God, how do we get into that? You have to see my spiritual channel. We talk about different yugas. This was a higher time and age where they were all high level, but yet they still had to have a war. They still had to fight. You have to read the book to get the download. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how great you are, how much you're in touch with, you can say, spirit or your higher self. This challenge, this battle is going to happen. It's going to happen. It's normal. It doesn't mean like, damn, I must be weak for this to happen. No, it happens because it's supposed to happen. Now, when I say sit there and let it fry you, you can't do that as a one and done technique and like, okay, I'm done now, I beat it. It doesn't work like that. It's like if you're training to be in the Olympics and you start when you're in grade school, you're not going to win. Let's say you're a runner, like Usain Bolt. You're not going to win every single race. You're gonna lose. You're gonna get injured. You're gonna win some. You see, this is the same thing. So when I say sit there and let it fry you, you do the best you can do with that. If it's only a few seconds of being able to sit in that fire, because it feels like you're sitting in fire. a few seconds is better than before, when before you would just follow that urge and tendency, you wouldn't even think about it. A lot of people just do that. They don't even, there's no space between, there's no awareness that there's an urge that comes up and that there's some witnessing power of the urge to where they actually have a little bit of a choice not to act on it. They're not even aware of that. There's so much identity with their lower self that they just follow it, whatever it tells them to do. It's why people kill people and road rage and do all kinds of crazy things. There's no space. They're like a walking robot, and the robot is totally programmed by, you can say, the lower, darker tendencies. So if you are aware, that there's an urge that comes, it's strong, just take a few seconds and just don't give into it. You don't have to sit. I mean, that's advanced level stuff, because if you have to call somebody, go outside, take a cold shower, so be it. But still, dedicate and try that. Dedicate a little time to just being with this urge and not doing anything, not acting on it. And then the time that you're able to do that will start increasing. And then it's like this fire becomes like alchemy. This fire starts to transform into, if you get through it, into like a sense of serenity. It's a sense of empowerment, of self-respect and dignity, because you like won the war or the battle. Yeah, let's say the battle, because it's going to come again. This is real self-esteem. This is the making of a true good character. This is what we want. Making a bunch of money and doing all that, yeah, that's fine, but that's nothing on this. Worldly accolades and success doesn't measure up against this inner power. When you start to activate your inner power and you start to go against the grain of these habits, this is what gives real satisfaction, and self-esteem. So just check that and expect it to be hard, because it is. It's not going to be easy, but I'm saying just start somewhere. Start with a few seconds and just work your way up, and don't put a time limit on when you so-called reach the end. There's no end, actually. This stuff is going to come for you all the time. As long as we're in a form and we're playing this this game of being a human and trying to transcend our lower self, then these tendencies are going to come, but they lose power over time, just like they gain power over time by indulging in them. When you were 2 years old, you didn't really have to struggle with this PMO habit and the sexual tendencies. But later, somehow that got activated, and then once you start the whole PMO game, you notice the dark tendencies get stronger. Well, same thing. When we start to pay more attention to our spiritual tendencies or our inner power, then our spiritual tendencies start to get stronger. It's the same thing how it works. This is how life works. All right, have a good day.